Welcome back to Football Pass. We're talking all things Rangers. I do try to avoid starting any interview with words like disappointing. So let's try it a different way. Kenny, you're down under. You got up pretty early to watch that game. Do you wish you'd stayed in bed?
Well, if the result was going to be different, then I would have stayed in my bed and let the lads play it out. But it was, like you say, you don't want to use these terms at the start of the season, but it was a definitely a disappointing result. One that nobody would have definitely envisaged at half time of the game. That's for sure. Because the first half was an excellent performance, a performance that you've come to expect to Steven Gerrard's Rangers, particularly at home. Since he's came in, it's been a high energy start to the game. Some really good quality, a breakthrough, which is what they needed, and then on the stroke of half time, a sending off. So everything was going according to plan. And again, so sometimes sending offs can have different effects on teams. And there's one thing that seemed to galvanise Malmo. And I don't know if it gave a little bit of complacency or a bit of relief even that the Rangers players maybe felt at 1-0 up, a man up, that maybe things were going to be a little bit easier than what they turned out to be. And lack of concentration, poor defending, whatever you want to call it. We're talking about the same things last week, to be honest with you, in that 2 minutes of madness last week. And then it was really kind of two mistakes, two bad bits of defending in the 4 minutes that allowed Malmo to take the lead with 10 men. And all credit to them, to be honest, they held on, they fought and they dug in with the man down. But Rangers pretty much huffed and puffed in the second half without creating too many really good opportunities to get themselves back into the game. So yeah, disappointing, because it would have been great to see Champions League football back at Ibrox. I mean, you see the stadium seemed electric, to be honest, with fans back inside it for the first time in 18 months. So yeah, disappointed for the fans, disappointed for the lads, because everybody went into it with a real optimism that Champions League football could have been coming back to Ibrox.
Let's talk about the financial impact, though. I mean, estimated between 30 and 50 million pounds. It's an enormous blow. What do you see happening? How do you see this playing out?
Yeah, that is a big blow. I mean, the financial gain from making the Champions League, it's been well documented over the last kind of 8 or 9 years how much that's helped Celtic out and kind of maintain their dominance is Scottish football with that level of financial input from Champions Leagues in previous years. But it's, again, I don't know enough about it. I was reading a little bit about the potential player sales may have to come, a key assets, again, Alfredo Morelos, Borna Barisic, Glenn Kamara, I think have been mentioned that are definitely they would have their suitors, those players. I'm sure there might be a few others as well. But again, I think there's a guaranteed spot next year, I think, in the Champions League for the champions is Scotland this year, I think. So I think for me, that would be a big plus to try and keep a hold of your best players, to make sure you retain the title and you can also dodge the real. I mean, it's tough with these types of games at the start of the season. Huge Champions League qualifiers at this stage of the season, particularly against a team that are almost halfway through their season or well into their season anyway, and they're probably further ahead in their game fitness, sharpness, and they're far better prepared to kind of guide through these qualifiers at this stage of their season. So it was always going to be a tricky tie, but to be honest, it was one where you look at the way that the first half went, and even the first half of the first leg, I felt Rangers were pretty comfortable. There wasn't a lot in the game, and if you look over the two games, it's been 6-7 minutes of kind of madness really that's cost them goals. Take nothing away for Koláč's strike, because it was two wonderful goals that he scored. Like, if a striker looking on, it was two great finishes. I mean, to beat a goalkeeper with the first one with a strike for that kind of angle, to beat a goalkeeper Alan McGregor's quality, it was a wonderful finish. So yeah, I admired the two strikes, but yeah, real disappointing for goals for Rangers to lose.
Kenny, 3 successive defeats. Rangers haven't been in a position like this since May 2015. You know, are the alarm bells ringing for you? Or is this just a glitch? You know, is it an early warning sign or something that can be remedied? What are your thoughts?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, I would not press the panic button, because you don't become a bad team or you don't become bad players overnight. But when you talk in terms of 3 losses in a row, I mean, Rangers lost 3 games last year in the whole of the year. And one of them was actually on penalties, so it wasn't even a loss, really. It was lost on penalties. So the fact that they lost 3 games in a whole year last year, and they're already 3 losses in 4 games into the season, is of concern. I'm sure it will be Steven as well, and particularly the way they lost the goals, because the foundation for their success last year, particularly in Europe, was a sturdy defence and not giving too much away. Again, even in domestic scene, I think they had a record number of clean sheets over the course of the season as well. So that was what their success was built on, their clean sheets, their defending their goal. Obviously, again, having a wonderful goalkeeper, Alan McGregor, and helps as well. But like I say, I don't think it's alarm bells ringing. It can be remedied, but they need to find their edge again, because I've watched the 4 games this season, and I felt there has been a little spark missing, definitely in an attacking sense. The edge again is off their defending as well, because they have conceded goals as well, goals they probably wouldn't have lost last year. So, but they definitely need to find their mojo going forward again. There's, I see not too many chances getting created. Again, the majority of their chances do come for crosses from Barisic and Tavernier on the other side. It was good to see Alfredo back. That's got to be a positive as well, because I felt he was outstanding in that first half. Obviously got his goal, his standard goal in European fixtures. So, yeah, there's a cause for concern, there's no doubt about it, but it's definitely not time to press the panic button, because there's good players there, there's good coaches, they've been over the course and distance now, they know what the league's about, they know what the club's about, and they know the demands that comes with that 50,000 fans inside Ibrox. So it's definitely remedied, and it can be fixed, but they need to start finding their mojo again going back forward for me.
How do you think Steven is feeling? And, do you think he's worried? Should Steven Gerrard be worried?
Like I say, it's not press the panic button time, but he needs to find the answers of why his team are not playing with the same verve, with the same spark, particularly in an attacking sense. Again, I say particularly in an attacking sense, but it is a bit of both. At both ends of the football field at the moment, they've been really solid at the back and not conceding too many goals. And then up front, they've been scoring a lot of goals. And now I just don't see the same level of chance getting created, and it's early in the season, like sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and when you're facing these huge games, like I say, at this point of the season, sometimes the spotlight can be shone on certain things that it's maybe not exactly how it is, but there's losing 3 games in a row at Rangers is obviously not acceptable. Steven knows that, the players know that, and it's something that needs to be fixed, and they've got, again, a perfect opportunity on Friday night now to go and obviously get a win at Ibrox, get through to the next round of the Cup, which everybody will fully expect them to do that, and get a little bit of positivity off the back of a poor week.
Yeah, as you say, really important that Rangers dust themselves off and come out swinging against Dunfermline at Ibrox on Friday, isn't it?
Absolutely, again, and I've no doubt they will. I think they need to put on a performance. It needs to be, again, it would be good for a clean sheet, a few goals as well. Again, take nothing away for the challenge at Dunfermline will oppose them, but it's a real opportunity in front of your fans again to get through the next round of the Cup. Again, it's the first bit of silverware really it's going to be available this season. So when you say at the start of the season, Rangers, you look to win everything. So this is the first kind of stage in that competition. So it's a chance to go and kind of not put right what's went on in the last week, but definitely set the team back on a positive path to attack the rest of the season.